Hi everyone, I wanted to show you me resetting up my altar. I've decided I wanted it by my desk so it's easy to reach and it's near my chair so I can sit at my altar a lot easier because I have back issues so I can't stand at my altar or anything. So I can sit down and use my altar space a lot more. I'm making this more of a general altar so it's not like specifically targeted towards the Sabbats like a star or anything. But it's still obviously still heavily Canunus. So I've got my stag statue and piece of antler and my little squirrel and my little robin that go in the big cloche, and I'm just finding some lights to go in there. I've got these little mini LED lights. The only thing is I've got the sort of rainbow coloured ones. After I did all the setup, I then found the ones that are just clear coloured, like, just a standard sort of light colour. So I might swap them out, but I don't know, I kind of like them, so we'll see. Here, unfortunately, I'm blocking the view because I'm right next to the camera, but I'm just unravelling the lights and wrapping them around in a circle shape so then I can place it over the top of the Canunus statue and have it so it'll be inside the cloche, lighting it up. As you can see, they were quite tangled because I found them in my drawer. I couldn't find where they were for ages. I found them in the bottom of my drawer underneath a load of other stuff. And here I'm just messing around with arranging them. Unfortunately, you can't see. I didn't realise I was blocking the camera that much because I got the camera in the only position I could have it in. Here I realised I needed to wrap them up smaller because they were a bit too big to fit in with the dome on the top of the cloche. And then I've just wrapped them in a smaller circle shape. And I'm placing them back over the top of the statue. And in a second you'll see, because I'll move out the way. So I've placed the lights on and it looks like this. I kind of like them, but I did originally want ones that are just like a sort of cool white colour, but I don't know, I might leave these ones, I quite like them. And as I said, in there I've got a piece of antler at the back, I've got a little squirrel ornament, and I've got a little robin, and then obviously my stag to represent forest animals, and obviously to represent Canunus. Now I did start by placing my candle at the front, but I did move that afterwards because I felt it blocked the view of the cloche. And I just put my two tall candles at the back. One is like my positivity candle and the other one's just my general sort of candle I use when I want to light candles on my altar space. I've got these two little jars with candles in as well. I wanted, because it's like this time of year, obviously there's the spring and the lights, a lot of the lights come back. The sun's getting brighter. I wanted lots of candles on this altar space, and obviously I wanted to add some of my plants. This one's my aloe vera. It looks a bit feral, but it's quite healthy. I think I just need to repot it into a slightly bigger pot or separate it a bit. And I also wanted to put another plant on the other side, so I've got this little succulent that I've got growing. It's like what do they call it? Like a little money plant type of thing. Because those were the two that I've got that are nice and green at the moment. These are my succulents. I have got like some herbs and stuff, like I've got rosemary and stuff, but it's in the greenhouse at the minute. It can't go outside and it won't do very well in here because I've tried rosemary in this room before and it just died off. because I do want to plant it outside once it gets bigger. But what I'll do is probably add sprigs of rosemary and things at a later date. Then I've got my little hedgehog tarot card or oracle card holder, my little skull tea light holder. I've got this stick which I found and felt compelled to bring home and put on my altar space. It's got like it's almost like a Y shape, so it reminded me of a rune, but it's quite long. I've got my incense burner at the front, which you can use either with the charcoal discs, or what I sometimes do is just put a candle in it. It depends on how much incense I'm burning and stuff, because depending on how my asthma is, I can't always burn incense, so sometimes I'll just put some candles on for a bit. Then I'm just moving my plants back a little bit. I've got my little wood spirit that I carved. I carved that from a piece of tree that broke in my garden because we trimmed the top, and I kept the one thick branch so I could carve it. Unfortunately, that tree has since died because there's a big tree at the back which has obviously taken all the nutrients from it. So what I'm going to do is take some more of that tree when I cut down the dead one to replace it, and I'll take some more and carve some more wood spirits from it. Then I've got my pieces of antler at the front, and my bottle of liquor, which is an offering for Canunos, my offering bowl, my good health jar, which I've put at the front. That's the one with the greeny turquoise candle on the top. This is my little candle holder, which I've had since I was a teenager, and the stars at the sides glow in the dark when you've got candles in there in the night time. And I'm adding stuff, like adding more things, like I'm adding the things I would use, but also adding some more decoration. I used to do a long time ago quite elaborate altar setups and with lots and lots of items, and that's what I'm going for again, because I did reduce it down so it was like very simple altar setups, but now I wanted to add some more. Then I've got my little incense holder. Again, I've had this incense holder since I was a teenager, and it's got a moon, and you can have it facing one way with the moon on, turn it so it faces the other way with the sun on. I've still got it facing with the moon on because that's my favourite side. I'm just moving my little plant and wood spirit. You'll see me move the plants slightly because obviously I don't want to burn them with the candle. Then I've placed my hagstone, that's my large hagstone, on the altar space. And I also add some more, like I've got fossils, like little collections of fossils. So I added some of those, and I've also got a big piece of tiger's eye, which is actually in the offering bowl here, but later on I move it to elsewhere on the altar space. So there's one of my fossils. These are known as devil's toenails. They are fossilised mollusks, fossilised mussels, and they're called devil's toenails because of the way they look all curled under. They do look like a massive toenail, and they're quite old. I can't remember exactly how old they're supposed to be, but I just love them because they're fossils. I'm fascinated by fossils, and also for me it brings that element of earth to the altar because it's like the ancient earth is represented on the altar space with the fossils. So I have got quite a little collection growing of different fossils like ammonites and things, to represent that earth energy and that old ancient earth energy. Here's my oil burner, but you can use it to burn incense crystals as well, because I want to do more with burning like the oil burners and burning the incense crystals as well. So they're quite nice to fragrance the room, but without a lot of smoke. You just put a little tea light candle underneath, and then in the dish on the top you put your incense crystals, and once it's warmed up they really start to release their smell, and you can actually blow the candle out and it'll carry on releasing the smell for ages. This is another one that I've had. I've had these years. This is just stuff where I've had it in my room or around the house, and I've moved it to my altar space. And again, I'll put a tea light in the bottom of that one, and then on top put the incense crystals, and it'll just give a nice fragrance to the room without being too overpowering. I've put my hedgehog back. I'm going to have that at the back there, so if I do an oracle draw for the day or the week, I can put that there as well. Obviously, when you're setting up your altar space, just make sure nothing's too close to your candles. So my aloe vera plant does need to move over a bit, which I will do later on. What else? I think here at the minute I'm just looking for some other items that I want to add. And the two orange like tea light holder jar things, if you turn them around, they've got jack-o'-lantern faces on. But I like the fact that I can turn them around and face the other way, so I can use them year round, not just for Samhain. So that's quite nice. Here I've got some, I was thinking about some fake flowers I'd got, whether I wanted to add them or not. But I decided they looked too feminine for the altar space. I wanted this to look more masculine, kind of. I just felt they didn't fit, so I put my pink fake flowers on my Gaia altar to make my Gaia altar look really nice and bright and to make it pop. And then this is what it looks like with the candles all lit and with my incense burning. And the light wasn't very low because it was quite a sunny day when I filmed this. But at the night time, it sort of really forms like a nice glow around the altar space, and it adds a really nice atmosphere. So I'm quite pleased with how this turned out. So this is my current main altar setup. I've still got my Gaia and Moon altars, which are more sort of dedication altars that are over on the other side on the shelves at the moment. And then here, this is my Kanunos and working altar space. So when I do more of my practice, I'm going to do more of it based here. So yeah, that is my new altar space setup. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.